So,
Can we finally hook this thing up to the fucking...
yeah, it's hooked up to the thing. So this is the second time we're doing this. We're kind of drunk right now. This is wait,
incredibly drunk.
welcome guys. We are we're what? Drunk fans.
Drunk fanboys bitching
Drunk-
about shit.
Drunk fanboys bitching about shit. Wait, keep talking. I want to make sure you're on your mics.
Woo. I'm talking.
All right.
Still talking.
So, we actually talked about a bunch of different things. Now we're going to talk about everything again. Star Wars. Star Wars. How do you feel about Star Wars, Gerald? This is Michael and Gerald from the Black Box. Please like and subscribe and stuff. We're a small YouTube, and we're trying to grow. So if you like this stuff, we drank a whole, like, 2 bottles of stuff, and
We're really drunk.
yeah.
Moving
So-
on. So,
Star Wars.
what about...
do you,
First of all,
what do you think Star Wars could have done better?
First of all, the thing that's annoying me is people are calling them what? The fandom menace?
The fandom menace.
Fandom
Yes.
menace. And here's the thing that really pisses me off. If you're going to make something that has fans, would you want to hit that real quick?
No, your things.
Okay, it's gonna be-
Let it go.
If you're going to make something that has fans, then you're going to have to worry about the fans. Or you can make a new intellectual property, some new story, and get your own fucking fans.
Yeah, no, like, do away with the original story. You have the original story, and then the new version have this. Oh, look, we follow this other person. They find their own people, and a whole different situation, and then we get into them saying, "Oh, by the way, oh yeah, what did your grandpa used to say? Oh yeah, no, I don't know. His name was Luke something."
No, see, I think it would be cool if you started off with the first 2 movies and it's something like it's more of like an intimate kind of Star Wars movie, and then the second movie, one of the main characters, one of the fun buddies, like rises into power, and you find out that they're a terrible person, that they had all these like secret agendas, and now the third movie.
Oh yeah,
you have to have you have to have the best friends
The
fighting
third movie,
each other.
he has to actually go against everything he believes in, and has to actually probably stop and murder his best friend that he had. That's right there.
It would,
Boom. That would feel. I'd feel for that.
you'd be like, oh no.
No,
they're so good
they were
friends.
such a good person back in the day, but they were tainted, and their ideals and beliefs.
See, I was a huge watcher
that would've been
of
good.
like the first 3 original.
Yeah, the
Star
first 3
Wars,
original, they
watch the
had
shit out of that.
ideas. They had they actually had like cool little ideas. They kept it fresh, even though they kept rehashing the Death Star,
Yeah,
Death Destroyer,
they only had one of
Star
them.
Destroyer.
Kept coming back.
Kept coming back, but they would throw another thing or 2 in there that was fresh and cool.
I do
but
think,
it would be always the 3 of them.
but
It would
here's the
be.
thing,
They don't
think,
do that in the new ones.
I think they're doing everything wrong with what I've heard of the new movie.
You want to get the tacos, the taquitos. No, they do the new stuff. They just. I didn't even care to watch the last Jedi. I just watched like Mr. Plinkett's review and stuff. I just didn't care to watch it because they didn't build enough of the characterization like they had. I cared about Finn. I loved the idea of a stormtrooper. A
That was a
stormtrooper
cool
coming
idea.
in and getting out of that. That's so cool.
Well, it was a different
It's
idea. It
different.
was a different take. It was almost
Yeah.
like the Star Wars Battlefront take, you
Right.
know? And that was really fun and interesting.
KOTOR, where every guy made a female character and made her a lesbian and made her kiss at the end.
What are you talking? When I was a teenager playing KOTOR, you know, it just seemed like the natural thing. Hey, I was playing this girl, and you know, there's this other girl, and we just became really good friends.
Yeah, of course, girls kiss.
That's what girls do when
Passionately.
they're just good friends, right? They just kiss and make a relationship.
They experiment.
This is what every guy wants.
Hey,
to
everybody experiments. She experimented during
It's
the
like
KOTOR.
you experimented with putting Worcestershire sauce on fucking noodles.
And it worked. I ate it all.
It didn't work whatsoever. Nobody. ate it.
Nobody else ate it. I ate it. We're good. So yeah, the new Star Wars is a train wreck.
Oh, you know what? Here's the thing. The thing that will save it all is literally if Luke Skywalker comes in like a boss, saves the day, boom, busts in, saves the day, uses. Apparently, Rey is going to show new powers that she's never shown before. That she can heal or resurrect something. Well, guess what?
so wait, you think Rey is gonna resurrect?
No, I think Skywalker is going
Skywalker?
to use his Force Ghost and push into her and use her power
So wait,
to resurrect himself so he can
Yeah,
fuck up everybody
but
else.
isn't like Disney all like women are amazing and the best ever? So
Yeah, but they're running
a
with
man could never do anything
yes, but
as
they're-
good as a woman.
They're scared because so far everything coming up Star Wars is not making their money back. So now they're like, oh, we need to do some kind of fan service. Okay, hey, let's get in a reshoot. All right, Skywalker comes in. He fucks these people up. Okay, let's train him for like 30 days.
And
Let's do
that makes her take the Skywalker name and go, oh, okay. I will become Skywalker, and because he saved the day and he's amazing, even though he was an asshole for 3 days when I was in training with him.
That's exactly it. That's it.
I mean,
Why do I feel this way? Everything they've done, they're hiding Luke. They're hiding Mark Hamill right now.
they are.
He's not
and
promoting anything.
either because he really hates the movie and he lets things go, or he's a big part of it.
And they don't want him to spoil anything. And he keeps
Yeah,
saying
because-
Rise of Skywalker. It can't just be where the bitch takes his fucking name. And I call Rey a bitch because honestly, she is just one of those girls who we're just gonna give this hero every fucking possible thing ever to make her the most powerful anything ever, so she can stop and save anyone
Without any training. She is
with nothing whatsoever.
She is the definition of a Mary Sue.
Yeah.
Mary Sue. I can't say Sue, right? Is that right?
Mary Sue. I mean,
Yeah.
I am perfectly fine. If we would have had a well hashed out female character, that's amazing. That's awesome. That would be fun.
Really, the most hashed out creative idea we have so far is Finn.
Yes, Finn has faults. He has problems. He's quirky. He's clunky. I mean, he's everything the original Luke Skywalker was.
Right. And-
Rey can do anything she ever fucking
she
wants
doesn't
to
even
do.
need fucking training. Luke needed training with the fucking blindfolded while he was doing the fucking simulation with Obi-Wan. And he kept saying, do it again. And he kept fucking up the little lightsaber simulation thing.
Why does everybody love Luke? Because he's an underdog. Have no fear. Underdog is here. Underdogs, people love underdogs. People love people who have faults but still rise above their faults and win.
Right.
If you give us the one who's amazing at everything and will never lose, you lose interest. You don't care.
Oh yeah, I had a huge problem with Force Awakens, and she beat Kylo Ren, who apparently has been training with a lightsaber for years, and she beats him.
He was trained by Luke.
Was he trained by Luke?
Yep.
Wow. And she beats him.
Yep.
It's like, okay, there's problems here. First off, you've never wielded a lightsaber. You've wielded a staff, which is nothing like... That's like saying, hey, look, I've wielded a staff, and then now I have a sword, and I'm going to try fencing. You're not going to win with somebody who has trained in fencing the whole time.
That's why I actually was really excited when Finn was going to use the lightsaber and try to fight. Because I was like, oh, he's never done this. This is exciting. And then, he's going to lose.
But I was excited to watch him like go through that like trouble and try and fail. I enjoy watching characters learn to fail. That's one thing that they don't understand in these new trailers, these new movies of Star Wars. You can watch people learn and fail.
Right. I want to see what is it? Practicing either a spelling bee or learning to drift.
Spelling bee.
Aquila and the Bee.
The most epic movie ever made.
and failing the montage shit.
Spelled DiGiornamento.
I want to see the failing at first and the progression.
Bitch, you spelled onion wrong.
O-N-I-O-N. I didn't spell it wrong. I want to see the progression. I want to see that. That is the montage that I want to see. I want to see the character building.
Well, it doesn't even have to be a montage. It just has to be. I want to see the character have faults.
I want to see flaws.
This is why DC comic books don't work as well as Marvel.
That's why DC is terrible and Marvel is great, is because, well, and it's more of the Russo brothers Marvel versions are great is because every character has a flaw, and that's what their flaws actually make them who they are. DC characters, oh look, if I'm amazing at this, I'm amazing at everything, we're good, and there's no flaws, and that's we can't connect with people with no flaws, because everybody in the world has a flaw. If you meet somebody who has no flaws, that person is flawed. I guarantee. I'm done. you could start.
Star Wars.
Anyway, Star Wars. Rey gets everything at the end. The leak is out. How do you feel?
I don't feel like she deserves it. I don't think she cared.
No, she didn't even care about why does she fucking care about the name of Skywalker? Why is that a big thing in the third trilogy?
Because the director told her to.
Yeah, because it's not even earned. Nobody gives a fuck about what Skywalker name means in the third trilogy. It's all an echo of the original trilogy. So Skywalker means nothing in this new trilogy for people who've never watched the original trilogy. Skywalker means nothing.
For this new trilogy, it's more of Skywanker.
Yeah,
He
it's like
sucked ass.
yeah.
I mean, like, as in the character sucked. I mean, Mark Hamill was still playing it like a boss.
Well, yeah, Mark Hamill was given the lines, and he said, "Hey, go." It's not like he can change them, so act what we tell you.
it's like, all right, I'll do this to the best of my ability, but I'm not gonna be happy.
Yeah. So he did what he did. How do you feel about cute little baby Yoda?
Oh,
I know, right? He looks. He is exactly.
he looks like Gizmo.
They copied Gizmo. That's all it is.
Let's be honest, from a marketing standpoint,
They're like-
that's smart.
How do we make Yoda the cutest fucking thing we've ever seen? Well, what was also a cute fucking thing?
Cute is me.
Gizmo from Gremlins was the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen. So let's just recreate
You
that.
talk about over your son being born.
My son
little
wasn't
son.
cute when he was born. he didn't get cute
That's,
until
that's
like,
right. That's right.
third or
It's
fourth.
forever here, Cole. You were ugly chud when you were born.
Yeah, I don't think any child is cute when they're born. But they're cute as
You're
they
so cute, covered
grow.
in blood and placenta.
And when you get about 3 or 4, you start getting cute. What is it?
So is that the cutoff date for like child molesters? All right. So when I'm gonna molest a child, it's about 3 or 4 years old. I look for
Normal-
it whenever they start getting cute.
Normally, statistically, child molesters go after 8 to 14-year-olds. I'm not going to tell you why I know that.
Well, you have a son. You have to look that shit up.
Yes, I do. Actually, that is actually a thing that I
Statistically, you
looked
don't
up
have to
for-
look. You don't have to really pay attention to your child. So
And-
he turns to 8 to 14,
believe it or
or
not.
he or she.
Believe it or not, yes, that is why I looked it up to see if
So when do I have to worry about child molesters? All right. So when do I have to worry about Star Wars fans? All right.
I am a huge original series Star Wars fan.
Oh yes. If you want to talk about the
Um,
original series, let's talk about the original
Yeah,
series.
because they did everything right.
For the most part.
What didn't they do right?
What didn't they do right?
Yeah. Is it just nostalgia, or is it I'm looking at it wrong?
I think it's more nostalgia.
What did they do not? What did they do wrong?
Keep in mind, they were the first to do a lot of these things that have now become overused.
Yeah, it was. I would argue it is the original trilogy. They didn't have a trilogy before then. In film.
I would go that far to say yes. You could be right. You are basically right. Yes. But here's the thing, like the way the movie these movies are, they were done well because when they were first made, keep in mind, George Lucas, he was really into
All he
radio-
wanted to do. Well, all he wanted to do was he made wizards in space.
no,
Cowboys and wizards in space.
and
And he thought it would fail. And that's why he gave Spielberg 5%.
I
and
think
he
it was
got
like
5%. 5
like,
to
hey,
10%.
let's trade. You get 10%
Because
of
he thought-
this, and I'll get 10% of that.
He thought Close Encounters of the Third Kind was better than his movie.
Was going to do so much better.
Oh, yeah.
And he didn't realize how well Star Wars was going to do.
Yeah.
He just wanted to make some kind of money
even
that year.
Spielberg today is laughing his way to the bank, getting 5 to 10% for
yeah.
nothing. It's like, oh, well, we had a bet back in the day.
But you
Boom.
know, that's the thing is,
where it derived from was cowboys and wizards in space. And that's where the first movie came. And the first movie was a lot of fun. It was this fast-paced radio show, just like the radio shows that he would listen to
Back in the 50s.
back in the day.
50s,
And
60s.
That's the thing, is that's where it was derived from, and that's the way it was paced. It was so much fun. The sequel, which was Empire Strikes Back,
Now it
It
was
does have
slower.
pacing
It
problems.
was slower paced.
has quite a bit of
similar,
pacing
similar
problems.
to the third one. It was slower paced. The first, very similar to, I would say, more recently the Pirates of the Caribbean series. The first one had a very quick pace compared to the others, where it would slow down like crazy.
But that's the thing is, I think the sequel, Empire Strikes Back, has a lot of fun and cool events that happen in it that really set up really fun and cool events for the next movie and Return of the Jedi. But the problem is, I think the pacing is off, and I think you start to lose what it used to be, what it originally started out to be, which was this radio show of, cowboys and
Yeah, and they would just recreate this exact same thing over and over again,
And
and
that's
just
the- that's the
kind
thing
of
is-
give a little hints of freshness to
there
it.
were some flaws in the original trilogy, but it was still, overall, it was a lot of fun. It was a good time at the cinema, and that's honestly
it was more-
that
it was
is
more
what
of-
you look for.
Well, what
You
what
don't
it
look for
what it was a lot of, it was three characters, four including Chewie, just going through a bunch of different scenarios, and that's what it was. This new series is Rey and Finn and maybe one other character every now and then. Poe
I think Poe is
going
the
through
main third.
problems, but then again, they're not a part of the problems. It's like an overarching problem, but then they all go off in their own adventures, and they don't actually share screen time ever. That's it.
But that's
Rinse and repeat.
I do not feel anything for these new trilogy. I don't feel any kind of
Because they're not all
interest
friends.
in any of them.
What was it? C-3PO and R2-D2 were friends and were always a part of Luke's storyline. R2 was always right there, right next to him the entire time. He was that was the original things that, other than Uncle Owen dying, that was the longest living family he's ever had. So now you're giving that to other people, and he only does like a nod to him, and that's it. When there would be more to it.
That annoys me, because why can't you just? I think it's a fault on the script alone.
Oh yeah.
So why can't you just write something in there that actually gives some kind of acceptance of, hey, look, we're buddies. We were buddies. We were good friends. He made it to where C-3PO and even R2-D2 just became objects and not beings. They had personality. They were beings in this kind of world. They were their own kind of just conscious beings, and they needed to have some kind of recognition. It's just like, if I see a friend on the street that I was friends with 10 years ago, I'd be like, hey, what's going on? You know, I would give them a little bit more than just a wink. You know, it's just
Yeah.
it
It wasn't.
I think the biggest detriment in all of Star Wars is the fact that they just went with using nostalgia. If they would have just made a whole new Star Wars saga with
Right.
all new people, all new
You
storyline.
you start us off very similar to A New Hope, giving us nothing and just a nod
Just new
every now
people.
and then.
New people,
to,
new storyline,
rich-
new everything. It would have
Old
worked.
stuff, and there's so much more. There's so much more you could do with what is it? Star Wars than everybody thinks.
This
Everybody
world
thinks
is very
there's-
unique and very interesting. If we just kind of milk it for something else instead of having to always do the Skywalker stuff, I'm perfectly fine with taking like Luke Skywalker and doing like a Logan with it. You know, make it dark and nitty gritty, but you have to have a good story on top of it. And that's where The Last Jedi just kind of failed. I like Ryan Johnson. I think what he did with Knives Out was awesome. I think he did Knives Out great. But the problem
yeah.
is, Last Jedi, it was almost confusing where it's like, does this guy know at all what a Star Wars movie should have? Especially, does he know these characters? I'm sorry, I'm getting really drunk right now.
Oh, I just
My
got
head's spinning.
I just got a thing on Twitter. Matrix 4 and John Wick 4 is going to be released on the same day in 2021.
That's stupid shit.
And so Keanu Reeves is going to be versing himself at the box office. Go.
Which one would you rather see? Matrix 4?
I would
Or
rather
John Wick
see
4?
John Wick 4
Me too.
than the other.
I'm more invested in John Wick 4 than I am Matrix. Matrix ended.
Agree.
So, yeah, the first thing I'm going to go see is John Wick 4. John Wick 4 has has an actual storyline that's going through. Matrix 4 is like, what the fuck are you going to show me now?
Matrix already ended. We're
Yeah.
good.
Whoa. What new story are you going to show me now? This is a brand new story that I have to get into.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that really details I
That really sums it up.
for Star Wars.
I think we're done with that. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. We're trying to grow, and check out Battle of the Worst. We watch terrible movies. Thank you guys. It's done.